Hello, Tuesday the 18th of February 2020, and we've got a few things changing today. One thing that isn't changing is Mercury Retrograde. Mercury turned retrograde in the sign of Pisces on Sunday the 16th, so we're still right in the midst of that, and that's going to go on until March the 9th, and then there's a post-shadow till March the 29th, so no escape from Mercury Retrograde just yet. So travel, transport, communication in focus, and tending to throw up little difficulties here and there. So whatever you do, get your travel plans straight in your mind, and anything to do with kind of legal matters, education, they could be themes, so look out for those things coming up. Now then, also today, we've got a moon sign change. She's moved out of Sagittarius and into the sign of Capricorn. So at last, we've got a more grounded feeling to things. Things are really kind of out there. Excuse me, it's freezing in here. Things are kind of out there under a Sagittarius moon. It's very expansive. It's looking at new ways of being and possibly springing back from those new ways of being, particularly with Mercury in retrograde, actually. So, yeah, moon in Capricorn now. Now, let me see, that was 2:37 a.m. Pacific, 5:37 a.m. Eastern, and it's going to be 10:37 here in UK. Way off into the late afternoon in New Zealand, and, generally wherever you are in the world, the time is a little bit different, but it all happens at the same moment. It's that unifying force of astrology that brings us all together as the human race, binds us all into one. Now, a couple of other things happening today. 12:02 p.m. Eastern, so later on in the afternoon here in UK, Mercury in 12 degrees Pisces, retrograde Mercury in Pisces, is going to semi-sextile Venus, and Venus is actually in 12 degrees Aries, so things are a bit on the strict side there. When you get Mercury semi-sextile Venus in your chart, in your birth chart, and do get one done if you haven't yet, your mind and your feelings tend to work together, which is a really positive thing. That brings artistic things, kind of music, art, any kind of art really, into a more practical realm where you can actually get things done. It's a great time if you write poetry, it's a great time for doing that. It's kind of a graceful sort of a time as well, and so if you're doing anything involving performing, kind of writing, speaking, something like that, you can actually change people's points of view if you're kind of careful how you go about it, and as long as you hang on to that kind of as much calmness as you can. That's more or less what it means in someone's birth chart, and that is the overall influence of what's actually going on with this. So Mercury semi-sextile Venus, but it is retrograde Mercury, so we do have to keep that one in mind. Okay, now another thing happening is we've got a sort of shift of the sun into Pisces, and that's going to be from today, 18th of February, right through until March the 19th. And of course, if Pisces is your star sign, then it's your sun sign. That's where the sun is in your birth chart. The sun has a very kind of regulatory effect on people and on the way we conduct ourselves. So if you're a Pisces, this is your time in so many ways. We nearly always look at the moon in terms of astrology because it's that little bit more abstract. The sunlight reflects off the moon and so takes things rather a lot deeper. And of course, the moon is a lot closer to us than the sun. But in terms of the month you're actually born in, and in terms of the overarching kind of ruling force and passion of your life, if you're a Pisces, it's your time now. Pisces is a very altruistic sign, actually. People are willing to help each other, and you may, whatever your sign is, you may be more willing to help people during the Pisces month. That's the way it goes. It's less about kind of getting things done, though, than it is about feelings and dreaming of things. But on the positive side, that's why people understand things we can't see with the naked eye. That's why we kind of want to reach out to people and help them and maybe put them in the driving seat a bit, because to really help someone, that's what you've got to do. You can imagine what I mean. It would be possible to get hold of a blind person by the hand and guide them across the road when actually they didn't want to go across the road. Pisces can get a little bit out of hand with that one, actually. So do be careful about that. Do make sure people actually want to be helped. But it is a lovely altruistic sign, and generally speaking, there's a sort of attitude of que sera, sera. What will be, you know, just kind of go with the flow, basically. Empathy, selfless love, devotion, wisdom as well is what Pisces is all about. On the shadow of that, there's a certain amount of self-pity, maybe sometimes the feeling of being victimized by life as well. And it's just generally speaking an elusive sign. Pisceans can be quite elusive people, really. Okay, so there we go. Sun in Pisces, Mercury semi-sextiling Venus, Mercury is retrograde, and we've got the moon in Capricorn. So send those roots down into the ground, get that grounding done, have that nice protected feeling. Have a fantastic Tuesday, the 18th of February, friends. Keeping this one short, there's loads happening. I'm going to get out there and bask in that kind of lovely Pisces feeling that's going on, and just hope that Mercury retrograde doesn't get in the way of it. Thumbs up please if you've enjoyed this one. Leave me a comment so I can zero into who I'm doing these readings for. That always helps so much. Don't forget to subscribe actually, and tap the bell to get all notifications. There are tarot readings coming up all the time from me. That's another thing that I do here on YouTube. And astrology, not absolutely every day, but whenever there's something to say, there'll be a video like this going over the day's events and where things are going. So I'll say it again, have a fantastic Tuesday, and I'll see you soon. Peace.